again, this dates back to the Trump administration started an investigation last month in August, part of the 232, Section 232, where they can look at certain sectors and claim that there's some sort of national security risk. So they're claiming this on potentially on furniture. So they want to put a 30% tariff on upholstered furniture. So that's things like couches and padded chairs and things like that. And then a 50% tariff on vanities for your bathroom and kitchen cabinets. Now, Wall Street has looked at this and said, basically, I was looking at a research report from KeyBank, and they pointed to RH, which runs Restoration Hardware, as potentially the biggest, having the biggest impact. Then companies like Williams-Sonoma and Wayfair, but like you said, Lazy Boy and even Ethan Allen make a lot of their stuff here, so they're to be less impacted. It is a significant. It is an industry where a significant part of the business comes from overseas. I think I was looking up some data before I came on that 80% roughly is estimated in upholstered furniture to come from overseas. And then in vanities and kitchen cabinets, it's about 50%. So
wait,
definitely a lot to go after there. Yeah.
National security. I mean, I love my ottomans. I love, my couches and chairs.
Don't say anything secret around that ottoman.
I love my vanity,
You never know who's looking through that mirror.
But national security, I'm a little confused, Matt.
Yeah, it is a bit of a stretch when you look at the actual statute. Originally, these were used in the first Trump administration for steel and aluminum, which you can make the case that is national security risk. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. I mean, the way the market's reacting, like you said, some of the stocks trade off more earlier. Some have come back. Even RH, I think, is down roughly 2 or 3% now. So the market's kind of shrugging at this a little bit. It looks like to me. I mean, I think if this would have come out of, if we would just would have gotten these headlines without a lot of sort of previous news and sort of activity on tariffs and how the Trump administration works with tariffs, I think there might have been more of a reaction. But we'll see. I mean, that's the big question with all these. They say next week. Trump said next week in his social media post. That seems very fast. And again, a lot of the companies have already been moving a lot of their production either out of China because of the China tariffs, or trying to come back to the U.S. with some products.
Well, some products is key, Matt. I'm glad you said that, because the cost of building this by American craftspeople, it's one of those things. I've talked to some folks who've worked in this industry. They've essentially said this is just like T-shirts and shoes. We're not going to be making a lot of this stuff in the U.S. So what is the end goal here in your view? Just based on your reporting, what you've seen, what you've read.
I think it's a bit of the Trump administration just trying to signal again that they're doing something to revive U.S. manufacturing. I think it will potentially push some companies to move some things back. I mean, Restoration Hardware, or RH, has said, they're trying to boost the amount of products they make in the U.S., particularly on upholstered furniture. I think they have a goal of getting to 50% by next year.
Mm-hmm.
But the CEO of RH, his name is Gary Freeman. He's also the founder.
He's very candid.
Very outspoken executive on anything, basically. But he's been very vocal about the tariffs. His last earnings call made some news when he basically said, look, I mean, yes, in a perfect world, we'd love to make more of these, couches and things here. But there's just not the infrastructure. There's just not the skilled labor. This is a years or decades shift in the making that will have to come about. And it's just, it's debatable whether the U.S. can even get to that point. Some very high-end furniture can be made here because it does take a lot of handiwork. But China has just, really dominated furniture for a long time.
Like we've seen in so many other industries.